Please welcome in Mike Abou-Mechrek, Grey Cup champion, 10 years in the CFL. He's got the muscle shirt on. Can we call it that? Hello, Abou.
He's rocking the muscles,
my friend. Yeah.
Good to see you. Long time no see. It's nice to have the muscle shirt on. I wish I had the muscles to go with it, though.
You do. Don't be so humble. Abou, I don't know. It's Labor Day week. In point 5, I've got written, week look ahead. We might as well get into it right now. Bombers, Riders, Mosaic Stadium Sunday. It doesn't get a lot better than that. In football, it doesn't matter the league or level, does it?
No, and it doesn't matter how the teams are. I feel like that, like you could just push, play on what we say every year. It doesn't matter how good the teams are. It doesn't matter what your record is. Doesn't matter anything. This is going to be a slobber knocker. It always is. It's a street fight. So, I mean, throw the records out the window. I mean, the records are good, but throw them out the window because that's how this game always ends up. Goes down to the wire and flip a coin.
You and I have done a lot of shows over the years, and I know it took you a while to figure out how we do this, because I remember like the first time we started previewing the Labor Day Classic, I'm like, Abou, who's going to win? And you said, the team that wants it more. And I'm like, great, we still have 2 hours to fill.
You know what's funny? I was going to text you last night saying, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? But I think we always have a better conversation when we don't plan it, and it just goes off the rails, and we go over our time limit, and we swear, and just we just do whatever.
That's why we're not there anymore.
Right. Well, hey, you got us here, right?
Yeah.
Wherever here.
Oh, yeah, no regrets. Just saying. But let me say this, though. Give me some honest analysis on this. Bombers have gone 5-2 since starting 0-4, and the Riders are winless in 5. So you got two teams literally going in opposite directions. Does that continue this weekend, do you think?
Well, the Riders got their starting quarterback, right? Any team that loses their starting quarterback, basically, I'm not throw the season down the drain, but unless you're steaming Willie Beeman coming off the bench, it's going to be tough to get any wins without, the most important player on your roster. So the Riders are back. They showed that last week when they were when they came to play. I think they played they played a complete game at least for 3 quarters. And I love that. I love the walk-off rouge. Love it. And anyone who doesn't isn't Canadian. It makes the game different. It makes our game different.
Yeah.
It makes the CFL. We watch the XFL and how boring it is. But XFL is just a bunch of casts-off from the NFL. They're trying to do the same thing in the same environment that's not as good. Not only the NFL cast off, but also the practice roster guys. The guys we're watching in the XFL or USFL are guys that couldn't get on the practice roster. The CFL isn't like that, and maybe I'm talking more to the American audience right now. But the CFL isn't like that. It's a different skill set, right? A lot of the skills cross over. But, we see Weston Dresslers. We see little diminutive receivers that, might not be able to make it down in the confined area of the NFL game, or the American game, rather. But they find a home up here. We find quarterbacks that, sling the rock differently up here. It's a different game. Yes, guys that are in the CFL are trying to make it to the NFL where the payday is. But I love how our game is different.
That's also fine, too. But listen, you played with Milt Stegall, so you know Milt. But he's not Canadian. And he said, what if a Grey Cup ends in this? So let me just say this. What if a Grey Cup ends? And I wouldn't have a problem with what happened Thursday night if that happened in a Grey Cup, because it is the rules. How would you feel?
The rules are the rules. I would be happy. Like you said, those are the rules. I never understand. I don't understand when people get upset about this. I don't understand, because it happens in every game every week. It's just not to end the game. I mean, getting 1 point is huge. It's why we have all the returns. The NFL is going upside down and backwards, trying to force its teams to have kick returns, force its They're doing everything to make the kicking game relevant. It's already relevant in CFL. It's built into the rules where you have to return it. If you don't return it, you give up a point. If you don't return a punt, the punter comes and collects it, and you give up possession. So I mean, it's very much what makes the 1 yard difference, the extra player in the wider field. Those are all things, but the single point, the rouge, adds a great dimension to our game that makes it different. Like I already feel like I've talked too much about it, let alone everyone else complaining about it.
No. Well, you were supposed to be here Thursday. We could have talked about it more. It worked out fine, or Friday, whatever it was. I'm a little worried because we're agreeing here, and that never happens. I will say this. Is it nonsensical to pick a winner in the Labor Day Classic? Like nonsensical to even try?
Are you sponsored by a betting group? Because if you are, I would go on there and see what the spread is. And if it's less than the field goal, go with the home team. Home team sent to, in those close games that you can't call, I think the home team does. When we play, I played in 7 of them, and I think the home team won, most of the time anyways.
Riders
go with the home team.
2.5. Riders favored by 2.5.
And that
covers. Yeah, and I think this is the 60th Labor Day Classic, but I don't know, and I haven't seen it written anywhere. So I think it's the 60th. I'm not sure. Let me ask you this real quickly. It looked like a lot of fun Thursday night at BMO. Obviously, you watched it. The fair was going on in the background, the Ferris wheel in the end zone. Do you have a regret that to our Toronto viewers, you grew up a 5-minute bike ride from Rogers Centre? Do you wish you would have played for the Argos? Do you ever think about that?
No, I don't, because then we wouldn't have had that magical 2007 season. I basically, lifted my skirt up and said to the Argos, please sign me because I want to stay home and be with my sick mom. And I just had a baby. The baby's going to university tomorrow, but and they gave me a minimum wage contract. And so, no, you're asking for help and they slap you in the face. So no, I never wanted to play for the Argos. Maybe for a very short time, but they can kiss my
so it hasn't
jug
changed.
Of water. How about
so the dirty side of the game has not changed. Okay, fair enough. I got it. Hasn't got any better or worse, basically.
But it is. I do like growing up with an immigrant family in Toronto. I do love seeing people show up to. Being a fan of the CFL, you want to see people go to the game and having that fair and having the CNE and having that atmosphere. I absolutely love it. Like there's just the extra buzz in the air when you get that many people together. Hopefully they're in the stadium rather than out of the stadium, but you do what you can.
Exactly. Am I going to see you with the alumni thing this weekend or not?
No, I'm bringing my baby to UBC. Yeah, I'm out of town for a couple weeks and then I'm back in Regina. So. And I think you're gone by then.
Good for you for doing that. Yeah. Okay. Well, please say hi to her for me. Caleb too.
Absolutely.
And thanks for the time today.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go. Let's go Riders and Bombers, but mostly Riders.
The great Mike Abou-Mechrek. Thanks, guys, and thank you, Abou.